Welcome to today's episode where we dive into the fascinating world of large language models, or LLMs. Joining us is Dr. Emily Carter, an expert in AI and machine learning. Emily, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about this.
Let's start with the basics. We hear a lot about context windows in LLMs. Can you explain what they are and why they're important?
Absolutely. In simple terms, a context window is the amount of text an LLM can consider at once when making predictions or generating responses. Imagine trying to solve a puzzle. The more pieces you can see at once, the better your chances of understanding the full picture. Similarly, a larger context window allows an LLM to understand and generate more coherent and contextually relevant text.
That makes sense, but I understand there's a challenge with these context windows. Can you elaborate?
Sure. While LLMs have expanded their context window sizes, they often don't use them effectively. This is because during training, the models encounter a left-skewed frequency distribution. In simpler terms, they see short sequences more often than long ones, which means they're not as good at handling information that's far apart in the text.
So what's the impact of this skewed distribution on the models?
The main impact is that the effective context length, the amount of context the model can actually use well, is often less than half of what it's trained for. This means that even if a model is designed to handle, say, 4,000 words, it might only effectively use 2,000.
That's quite a limitation. Is there a solution to this problem?
Yes, there is. One promising approach is something called ShifTedRotray Position Embedding, or string. It's a clever way to shift position indices during inference, essentially using well-trained positions to stand in for those that are undertrained.
How does string work in practice?
String works by shifting position indices from the main diagonal to the bottom left corner of the position matrix. This means it uses indices that the model frequently encounters to approximate those it hasn't seen as much. It's like rearranging puzzle pieces so that the ones you understand well help you make sense of the entire picture.
Interesting. Does this approach add any computational overhead?
Surprisingly, no. String is implemented using flash attention, an efficient attention mechanism, so it doesn't add any extra computational costs. It's like getting a free upgrade in performance without paying more in processing power.
That's impressive. What kind of improvements have been observed with string?
String has shown significant improvements on long context benchmarks, even outperforming some commercial models. This suggests that it could pave the way for more effective long context processing in future LLM designs.
What are the broader implications of this advancement?
The broader implications are quite exciting. With better long context processing, LLMs could revolutionize areas like document summarization, legal analysis, and more, where understanding lengthy texts is crucial. It opens up new possibilities for businesses and industries that rely on processing large volumes of text.
Before we wrap up, what's next for LLMs in terms of research and development?
Future directions involve refining techniques like string and exploring new ways to train models on long-range dependencies. The goal is to make LLMs even more versatile and capable of handling complex tasks with ease.
Thanks, Emily, for sharing your insights. It's been a fascinating discussion.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here and talk about these exciting developments.